Welcome to another Nightmare Threads video. Tonight we're going deeper into the terrifying world of real-life clown encounters. These stories might just make you question what's lurking behind that painted smile. Get ready, because things are about to get creepy. Story 1. The Clown in the Window. It was a quiet summer evening in a suburban neighborhood. Mark, a young boy of 12, was spending his evening playing video games in his room. The window was cracked open just enough to let in the cool breeze. Outside, the world was calm, and the sun had just dipped below the horizon. His parents were downstairs watching TV, and everything seemed peaceful. But as the night grew darker, a strange unease began to settle in. Mark had always loved the quiet of the night. But tonight something felt different. He couldn't quite put his finger on it. He glanced toward the window and froze. There, staring back at him through the glass, was a face. It was pale and lifeless, with wild red hair and a twisted grin that seemed far too wide for any normal person. The face belonged to a clown. Mark's heart began to race. The clown didn't move, it just stood there. Its eyes locked on his. He couldn't look away. The longer he stared, the more unnatural the expression seemed. The clown's smile was stretched almost to the point of pain, and its eyes had a strange, unsettling gleam to them. It was as though it knew Mark was watching and was enjoying every moment of it. Terrified, Mark grabbed his phone from his desk and tried to take a picture of the figure. As soon as he pressed the shutter button, the clown vanished from the window. One moment it was there, and the next it was gone. Mark ran downstairs, breathless, to tell his parents. They dismissed it as just his imagination running wild, but they checked the window just to be sure. No one was there. There was no sign of anyone outside. The next morning, Mark's family was shocked to hear news about a man from a nearby neighborhood who had been reported missing. The man had been known for dressing up as a clown at parties and events. Strangely, his last known location, just a block away from Mark's house. Story 2, the midnight clown visit. Jessica and her friends were enjoying a fun-filled evening at the local carnival. The air was filled with laughter, the smell of popcorn, and the bright flashing lights from the rides. It was a typical night for the group, laughing, joking, and riding roller coasters. But as the evening wore on, Jessica began to feel a little more tired than usual. The energy of the carnival was starting to wear off on her, and she decided to head home early. Her friends were still having fun, so she didn't want to ruin the mood. Jessica cut through a narrow, dimly lit alley to get to the parking lot faster. It was a shortcut she'd taken before. As she walked, she heard a faint rustling behind her. She paused, glanced back, and saw nothing. The alley seemed empty, just as it should be. But then, she heard it again. The sound of footsteps, slow and deliberate, echoing through the alley. Turning around, Jessica gasped. Standing at the far end of the alley was a clown. But this wasn't the happy, silly kind of clown you'd expect at a carnival. This clown's face was painted with bright, unnatural colors, and its smile seemed twisted. A red balloon was tied to its wrist, bobbing in the night air. The clown didn't say anything, didn't make a sound, just stood there, staring at her. Jessica's heart began to race as she quickly started walking faster, hoping to get away from the strange figure. But as she moved, the clown followed. With every step Jessica took, the clown took 1, 2, never breaking the gaze. Panic set in, and Jessica started to run. She could hear the clown's footsteps growing closer, but just as she reached the streetlight at the end of the alley, she dared to glance back. The clown stopped in its tracks and gave her a slow wave, almost as if bidding her goodbye. And just like that, it disappeared into the darkness of the night. Jessica never saw the clown again, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. To this day, she refuses to walk down that alley no matter how familiar it once felt. Story 3. The Silent Clown in the Mall. It was a normal Saturday afternoon, and Emily was at the mall with a group of her friends. They were shopping, talking, and just enjoying the day. The mall was busy with people coming and going, and the usual hustle and bustle filled the air. Emily had been browsing clothes in one of the stores when she noticed something strange from the corner of her eye. She turned and saw a clown standing in the middle of the mall. But this wasn't a cheerful clown or someone handing out balloons. This clown was completely still, just watching Declare. The clown's face was painted in bright, bold colors. But there was something wrong with the expression. It was a fixed, unnerving grin that made Emily's stomach twist. Thanks for watching. Watch more scary videos on the channel now.